Hello, I'm Sal Giardina from New Creation Ministries, and I'm here today to answer the question, why? Why do we see this chaotic behavior out there among our young, misguided people? Well, I'm going to skip the political rhetoric, okay? The bottom line is we have way too many millennials and Generation Z who are adrift in a cosmos with no plan or purpose. You've seen them. You've seen them. Mobs of young, so-called adults marching in the streets and college campuses. Take a look at this short video.
Well, colleges across the country trying to console millennials having temper tantrums after Donald Trump's historic victory. They are canceling tests, giving out free hot chocolate, offering therapy dogs, and free passes to skip class to those students who are just so upset. They're also giving them crayons and Play-Doh, which is something I give my 5-year-old.
I can emphasize with them, these students, to some extent, because they have been subjected to a humanistic, naturalistic, anti-God worldview for decades. Several generations have been led like sheep down a dead-end path, being indoctrinated into believing they are simply a random product of chemicals plus time. It sounds like this. You've heard it. Life started spontaneously billions of years ago and is now progressing thanks to the naturalistic process of Darwinian evolution. The underlying message is clear. They get it. It's a sinister message. Who needs a creator? And scripture is irrelevant. The mega dollars of the world's media, in concert with our liberal so-called progressive higher education, has convinced Generation X and Y that dirt has created itself and all life. Therefore, a creator is unnecessary. But think about it. Evolutionary biologic progression from amoeba to you is in fact the antithesis of observed reality, both in the living world and the fossil record of the earth. For over 20 years, organizations of creation scientists have been telling anyone who would listen that our public schools and colleges have simply been subjecting our kids to an evolutionary-oriented dead-end agenda. What has it culminated in? Unruly marches and race riots. Check out this short video clip. Friends, you should be aware by now that there is only one human race on this earth. This has already been verified and published by the Human Genome Research Project. I mean, the government has spent millions of dollars on unraveling the human genome. Indeed, the major instigator of racism is the widespread belief in the dogma of Darwinian evolution. Genetic research now assures us that no group of people are less developed than any other. Come aboard, get up to speed. Yes, you are at liberty to throw away your books on evolutionary theory. There's no need to live with its pathogenic fruit any longer. This is what this fruit tastes like. Number one, a lack of knowledge of our country's heritage and God-centered principles. Number two, a misguided embrace of socialistic programs in place of self-initiative. Number three, tolerance of just about anything and everything, except biblically based principles, of course. And four, we have several generations of young people who are so mentally skewed that some of them don't even know if they are a boy or a girl. And we must now deal with the most uneducated, entitlement indoctrinated, physically unfit, mentally narcissistic generation in the history of the world, and they're marching in our streets. Worse yet, they're voting. Oh my goodness, what a headache. Check this short video out. Now, they say they are protesting Trump, but actually they're protesting the right of American patriots to choose freedom. How's that working for us? Look, the world is in turmoil. What needs to be done? How can you help? Well, the bottom line is this: parents, youth leaders, pastors, expose your kids to the truth of creation as revealed in Scripture, or default to the indoctrination of the evolutionary endorsed federal education system. Parents, don't you think it's important to explain why your child is a creation of God and not an evolutionary descendant of primates? Pastors, okay, I get it. You may not have the scientific background to refute the world's evolutionary agenda. So why not use the ministry of a creation teacher, which God has raised up for this very purpose at this hour to set the record straight? Remember Ephesians 5, the fivefold ministry of the church? All right, you could default and continue losing the techno generations who now have been convinced and that science has discredited Scripture. Listen, all of Scripture is supported by the facts of science. But when our youth understand that all of creation points towards God's concern for them as an individual, then there will be meaningful purpose in their lives. The deceptions of biologic evolution are now exposed. You can check this out at our presentations on our website. Your kids are inundated with the religion of evolution every day. So it is necessary for parents to come up to speed on creation evolution issues. You need to provide biblical answers to your children's questions, particularly when they come home from school filled with the world's agenda. You can go to my website to access a mega creation bookstore and obtain the Answers book. Or you could select materials by age group. You know, evolutionists tell generations that you are nothing but a system of chemicals, an accidental product of millions of years. Why not consider letting New Creation Ministries show your kids why they are not a primate animal? Rather, they have reason for self-esteem, being created for a purpose. God's advice is this: train up a child in the way he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. Remember Proverbs 22. Schedule a multimedia presentation to delete the world's agenda to discredit Scripture. Check out our trailers. Irrational riots and chaos among misguided people, it does not have to accelerate in the year ahead. But the solution is way beyond politics and social entitlements. Restoration requires exposure to the truth. You've trusted in public education, right? And you've trusted in 1 hour of Sunday school per week for your kids. Whoa, look where we are. Please don't assume your church is providing satisfactory answers to questions regarding origin of life. The exodus of our youth from the church speaks otherwise, doesn't it? Hey, thanks for taking the time to watch this message. My Facebook posts speak volumes on these issues. Why not like and share them? And by the way, subscribe to my YouTube channel. God bless. Have a wonderful year and a great day.